It's been a while. So, as the story goes, I've made myself a challenge to transform all of the boss altars into a unique looking base. And this time, I'm on the final stretch and I'm remaking the Fader spawn location. It looks a bit different from the original, but you will know the reason why soon enough. So I welcome you all to the last episode of Building a House for Every Boss Altar, before GTA 6 comes around. I mean, until the Deep North comes out. And surely guys, don't forget to subscribe, it will make me and my friend Bob over here really happy.
Huh?
And with that said, let's get building. What's the first step to a proper build? Is to turn out the lights, obviously. The second step is to measure the dimension for this build. I'm using 2-meter beams to do this simple task. Stop, wait, why can't I build here? What's happening? I thought that I could, but this doesn't make any sense. Oh, you So, after the small hiccup and consulting with my creative team, I came to a decision. If I am not allowed to build in the boss area, I will create my own, with blackjack and... I mean, you get the point. After I was settled with the building location, the cleanup process began. So many rocks and other junk was laying around. Oh, and while I was preparing, a spectator showed up. He didn't look too hostile, so I've spared him and named him Jeff. Disclaimer, I didn't spare him. Let me tell you what I had in mind when starting this project. So, the main anchor point for this build is the altar. I'm going to build a custom one to mark the center for this place. Next up are the bells. Each bell will represent a separate build with its unique touch and purpose. As well, the bells will be hidden inside. Can you spot all of them? I didn't want to go crazy on the altar, so I've made it simple. A couple of Grausten floors, some pillars, and a dozen of arches should do the trick. I will add even more layers and details, but you'll see it later on in the video. For now, let's count 5 beams in 3 different directions to mark the starting point of the builds. I will be measuring everything with 4x4 floor tiles. The first block is the entrance, followed by a 5x3 line, which splits into a 4x3 room on one side, and on the other a 2x3 room. Obviously, there will be added one more section. I will build it later on in the video. This is my first complex stone build, so I've spent a lot of time reintroducing myself to stone and wood combinations. And you can't even imagine how much fun I had experimenting with Grausten pillars. And that's the reason why the first floor starts with a lot of 4-pillar columns, 2 doors to mark the entrance, and a wall piece placed on the lower part of the column all around the place. Then, by combining some Grausten beams, pillars and arches with ashwood walls, created a neat design for a window. And oh boy, there will be a lot of them out here. When that was out of the way, it was time to build the entrance. For one side, I've made a small window just above the door, to get that fresh air inside. As for the main one, I've made it visibly larger by adding medium beams and arches and filling everything with glass and ashwood. Then added a couple of windows on the sides. As for the last side, made a small arched entrance to get access to the staircase. There will be an extra compartment here, just for that reason alone. So the first layer is complete. Let's cover one of the sides with a roof. It wouldn't be me if I didn't have an overhang on this baby. So I've placed a lot of small arches on the second pillar from the ground, just right on the side of the windows. But in order to connect everything together, I needed to finish the entrance. First of all, separated the front section with a small wall. And that way it brings even more layers to the interior and gives more support for the roof. When that was done, started to construct the front entrance. Did a similar design on the windows to match the door frame. Then I've extended the middle section for 10 meters in total. Placed some arches and pillars. And finished it all with work metal walls. The last step for the front is to build an entrance. And with the power of grout and pillars, roof and arches, I've managed to come up with a simply good looking design that pleases the eye with just the right amount of details in it. And just like that, the first floor was finished. Now it's time to start placing the roof. So I've grabbed the first roof piece that I found and started placing layers on the longest section. The second one has an arch roof as well, but this time there are only 6 units placed. And to finish the top, I've switched to a straight piece, so it isn't that round on the top. The next thing was to place roof over the entrance and connect them together. But only the first layer. As well, make a place to stand on the second floor. When that was done, I've made some small adjustments to the roof. And started raising the walls for the second floor. Let's start with the windows, to bring some light and fresh air in this place. Now to give it some depth, the first layer I've covered with medium beams to make it dynamic. The second one I filled with decorative windows. And the last one with just some ashwood walls. All together it looks something like this. And as a small tradition, before adding a roof, place some small arches for the overhang. The roof is really similar to the previous one. Of course it will be pointy as well. As for the middle part, I've connected the next layer to the second floor. And raised the wall for 3 meters to match the entrance. As well, added some decorative elements, so every connection looks more polished and stands out. And for the hole in the side, I wanted to build some kind of a staircase to the second floor, so I've placed a 6-meter circular wall. And began experimenting with Grausten pillars and arches. This time it was pure luck that everything connected properly, cause at this point I didn't knew what I was doing. And while I was decorating, noticed that small and medium Grausten beams and pillars share a very interesting snap point. So after poking the hell out of this tower with details, I came up with this pattern. I think it looks good, even with the fact that this was just an experiment. And the final part was to cover all the necessary holes in the build. As well, make that long-awaited overhang that I was talking about. Added some decorative elements on the base of the build. The end result looks something like this. And you know what? I'm starting to love building with Grausten. It's so much fun. To make this project even more interesting, I've made 2 more builds. To spare you some time, I'll make it short. So the second one started with a goofy layout, which I covered with some pillars and arches at the front. Added a tower and some decorative elements. Then placed the roof and built a box in the back part of this place. As well, added some custom windows and a couple of small details to make the build stand out. It ended up looking like this. Now on to the next structure. The third build layout was a double layered 5x3 box with a hole in the middle and an extra compartment in the back. The hole supposed to be 1 block closer to the entrance. I'll fix it but a bit later. Then added some beams to bring depth for the outline. A couple of simple window frames and raised the wall like so. Then added some custom pillars in the middle. The main function for this build is preparing food, and the extra compartment will serve as a crafting corner. The best part of the structure is the exterior. You'll see what I had in mind in a sec. So after adding the main roof, moving the fireplace, and adding decorations and the roof over the chimney, I've made an outline for every corner of this place. And to make things interesting, placed an extra layer for the windows. Made the roof with arches over the entrance. And made a custom column using some stone pillars, Grausten walls and beams. Finally then finished the window frame for this wall, double layered it and made a simple pattern, so the window frame looks more supported and the wall doesn't look so plain and boring. So I ended up with this simple design. I think it looks great. Obviously I've decorated the chimney with Grausten, couldn't leave it empty like it was before. Gave some even more depth to the windows and made the entrance stand out as well. So the last build is complete. Out of the three, I think this is my favorite one. Now let me show you what's inside. First of all, let's fix this sweater. That's better. And yeah, one more thing. I might have forgotten to press record when I was building the wall around this base. So if you want to get a closer look at it, my world file will be in my Discord channel. Feel free to check it out for yourself. Now let's get back to the tour. This build took a lot of juice out of me. And it was my first time making a project so big and complex that I'm used to. So I've made a custom boss altar with a couple of staffs in the middle to highlight the center. As well placed a couple of skulls to get more details. The first house is meant to be a small portal room to get in and out of this hellish place. And when you finally decide to visit Ashlands, there are weapons and gears ready to be equipped just by the main portal. As for the second build, I've added a bit more grouston to the windows. Now it has a nice ledge to it and looks complete. The inside greets you with a warm fireplace and some shelves filled with Ashland's loot and secrets. A couple of snacks standing on the sides here and there. And a cozy corner for the main crafting tables. As well, I've added some darkwood arches to bring some depth to the windows and make this place feel more than a huge stone pile. This build is where I struggled the most. I've spent a lot of time figuring out how to make it look good and at the same time functional from the outside and on the inside as well. At the front we have our waiting room, where you can chill and relax after a long trip and wait your turn to be summoned. Then there's the bar section, with a huge variety of drinks and potions that your heart can wish for, and a friendly barman that is waiting for your order. And then there's this section. Hear me out, it was supposed to be a holy pulpit, where adventurers received praise and regained their hope. I still can't understand how it transformed into a dark altar, but I guess I'm starting a cult. Anyone wants to join? We have cookies and snacks. Behind the altar, pulpit, there's a small storage room with a couple of barrels, a shield generator, and other stuff that makes even this tiny corner feel alive. And if we proceed to the other side, just behind the curtains, lies a forge for heavy equipment, a stairway leading to the second floor, and an artisan corner with many books and mysteries that are ready to be discovered. So this room is the main reason why my holy place started to transform to a devilish cult. This was the first place that I've decorated. And after I've placed the red lighting, everything went south. But strangely enough, I loved it a lot. Here you have your Galder's table, a couple of potions, and a small wardrobe closet. This place even has a balcony, so you can see who comes inside. And the last section, just behind the curtains, is the master's bedroom. Designed to be cozy and functional at the same time. With a small balcony that opens up just over the pulpit. So there you have it, a house for every boss altar. I'm glad that I was able to finally finish this. It was the most creative project that I've ever built. Thank you guys for watching, and remember that I will be waiting for you at my church. I will gladly see you all in the next one.